All right, guys, welcome back. So let's have a look at BigBear.ai, BBAI. So we still have like a couple more minutes until market close, maybe 30 minutes or so. $4.50, so $4.75. Today's high stock is 20% higher. Well, after Christmas, usually this is your rally time for smaller cap names, and you can take a look. Today I was watching Rumble, RGTI, GBTS. These are quantum names, SoundHound, BigBear.ai, AVXL, LUNR, QBT, IonQ. All these smaller cap names are running today and probably will do so for the rest of the year. These videos are purely for entertainment purposes only. Let's have a look at this stock. This is a daily chart of BigBear.ai. We have talked about this one in the back. I just went back to the channel when I could have talked about this name. You can see March 8th. So we talked about this when it had this huge rally to 450, and we were calling out that this stock probably will not run away, and it was pretty much pump and dump. This is how pump and dumps are going to look like. It does go up from, let's say, it will just reverse back to where it came from in a very short period of time. This is what is called pump and dump. It goes up and comes straight back down to where it took off, and even maybe lower. So 125 low a day, and right here very recently it did have a push towards 450, and then pretty much 4 or 5 days or so 50% decline. So now it is coming right back up again. Volume in overall market is low, so people are deciding to play smaller cap names. So if this is your breakout, I mean, this is the breakout area I was watching. I had an alert earlier that hit, and also somebody else was asking about this name earlier. So from here, if the stock builds, let's say 5, another level would be $6.13. That's where it traded last year in the beginning of the year. So these are like multi-year highs. So, and then we know it has traded all the way at 16, $10 levels. But if you take a look at the dilution, I mean, it's pretty much could be trading at around those capitalizations. But these are the levels I'm watching to the upside. Volume is there. Option activity is there. This is a $1 billion stock, 1.1 billion at this level. So you got to treat it, I mean, it's a penny stock. So that's how I treat it, okay? I know they make money, but they burn cash, okay? They have some revenue. You can go take a look at it yourself. But when it comes to smaller cap names, I don't look at it at all. Yeah, they have been reporting, yearly, like 150 million or so. But when these stocks run, it's purely momentum and option activity. That's all I keep an eye on. So $6 is your next resistance. Above that, you can push towards $10, and then $12, and then all-time highs of $16. These are the resistance levels I would be watching. So what is the probability of this name doubling and going to $10? I was looking at the option activity earlier, and it was a bit lower, but you can see 10 times more basically calls being traded versus puts. 106,000 calls being traded. A lot of people buying calls. And I was looking at it. It doesn't have a weekly. So January looks like a very busy one in the option activity. And pretty popular one is $5 strike for January 17th, 2025, which is the closest expiration, where already 19,000 open interests were sitting, and today 14,000 traded, and then 4.5, 12,000 traded. So you gotta go take a look at the option open interest change following day to see how many of these were just purely day trades and how many people are just betting that it could get back above this level and run, and they're holding those contracts open. So that's what I would keep an eye on, because it is very, very being driven by options. So if more options come in, it might look like a SoundHound and definitely can go to $10. So what is the probability of that happening according to option market? So option market is implying that this stock can move $2 by January 17th, $1.90. It has very low average true range, which is 50 cents, 52 cents at the moment. And year to date, 116% up. We still have a couple more days, right? But probability of $10 strike getting in the money until January 17th is 4.5%. So these contracts are not expensive. These are going for, it is expensive, 10, 15 cents, but which means this stock would be trading at $2.5 billion valuation plus higher. Okay, if you go to February, there's some open interest as well, but it doesn't have higher strikes, but I'm seeing people trading 6 strikes and 5 strikes over there too. So if I was somebody who would trade this name, I would be nimble with option market because it is very, very risky for this one. Just by looking at the implied volatility in 150, 200% for January, very expensive. But commons, which means the equity, the share itself, would be another way I would do it. So let's say if I had an option for the stock, I would definitely buy some shares as a hedge. Not a hedge, long-term hedge, because usually I trade options short-term, and if those strikes don't hit, usually they expire worthless, right? So I would, at least have a shares that wouldn't expire, and at some point maybe we will have this AI push again, and possibly test this $10 level, and maybe you can get to these levels. Probability of that happening, 4%. If you're betting on that one, you got to be nimble. Is this a breakout area? Now, it does look like it to me, but it needs to stay above this $4.50. That was the resistance I was watching. You can see pretty U-shaped recovery, and let's see what happens above these levels. 6 is the one to watch next. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one for this name. Take care. Peace.